And welcome back to Xenoblade. Last time we took over a fortress and on our way down to Galahad Fortress. So let's continue on our merry way and kill all the robots we see.
Why the hell are you using Monado Enchant? Everyone has anti-mech-on weapons already.
I don't actually know if Monado Enchant confers bonus damage on top of the normal damage you're doing, but...
So you're just pressing it out of habit now, aren't you?
I thought you were just gonna say you weren't using the mech-on weapons.
No, that sounds like a really bad idea here. I really wish you could tell AI Shulk to not use Monado Enchant, but I don't think there's any way to do that.
Don't lose focus. Everyone, do your best.
Anyway, Dunman's got a fun art combination that the AI literally does not know how to use with Thunder. That art will hit enemies that are right behind him, and if he has an aura up, it'll just daze anyone behind him. Which seems really weird, but if you combine it with that, I forget what it's called, that purple art on the far right of my art bar there, that turns him around. So it's really easy to set up for Thunder. Like this.
I see we're starting to get into the really fun stuff that the AI just absolutely cannot do at all.
Yep.
Leave this to me.
Like, it's not as severe as Melia's entire game plan, but it is a little disappointing that the AI just does not understand that Dunban can turn himself around.
Like, you would have thought, like, of all things that they fixed for the game, like, fixing the fucking party AI probably should have been, like, job number one.
You'd think so. And it was Monolith themselves doing the port job, so... I don't know. Then again, I'm told this was a lower budget thing just to fill a gap while they're working on their next title, and while Nintendo has stolen a little more talent for Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, like I was talking about that on the thread, just like how absolutely enamored Nintendo has been just like with Monolith's entire staff and like just their creative process, like. And just like, what like a relief it must have been for Takahashi and crew like after like coming up with Namco.
Perfect for a chain attack. We can definitely do this.
Yeah, after reading a summary of the behind the scenes of Xenosaga, I am very thoroughly impressed. They not only got the chance to work on Xenoblade, but also knocked it way out of the park.
Oh god, yeah.
And got enough acclaim for it to get a whole series out of it. Where two of the games are, well, mixed at best, and one of them is pretty generally beloved.
Yeah, that's... I would say an acquired taste is the best way to describe the other Xenoblade games.
Yeah. Having gone most of the way through my Xenoblade 2 replay, I think that's a game that could benefit a lot from having good tutorials, because that game does not know how to explain itself in the slightest.
Oh no, absolutely not. Like,
Which is unfortunate because there's so much more going on at any given moment.
Oh god, yeah,
oh
like,
my god, yeah, no, Xenoblade 2 is a fucking disaster.
because yeah, like I sat down last night and I basically like watched like the last 2 hours worth of cutscenes of Xenoblade 2 like through the ending, and I was going like, okay, like holy shit, like this game is an absolute disaster in gameplay, but this story, holy fuck.
I mean, the story is also kind of a disaster, but it's a completely different kind of a disaster.
I'm starting to think that, or I've come around to thinking that the story actually kind of works. It's just not as tight as like this one.
And also it really kind of like you have to, in a lot of ways, have played Xenoblade 1 in order for like just the big majority chunk of the ending to like actually make proper sense.
Yeah, like you can enjoy Xenoblade 2 on its own, but a lot of it, you don't get a whole lot of holy shit moments without the context of this game. And then X is just its own beast.
We
Yeah.
don't talk about X.
Yeah, X tried to do something interesting and just like I said, just kind of took a swing at that T and wound up whipping it so hard its pants fell off, but, you know, we appreciate the effort nonetheless.
X is a very, very good exploration game and an absolute tire fire at everything else it tries to do.
Yeah, like I mentioned this like to Artix and like the abandoned like complimentary run that I was gonna do for X for this LP, but basically like X has an absolutely incredible premise that I just absolutely fell in love with, and then like you get 2 hours into basically like living with it and playing it, and then you realize, oh fuck, this does not work at all.
It tries, it really does.
I mean, for what it's worth, I do genuinely like 2 a lot, and I think, like, most of the additions are things that are sensible and mostly work, you know, outside of the big obvious blade gotcha, but yeah. Yeah, no, it doesn't fucking explain any of it. And it throws you in the deep end, like, instantly.
Yeah, once you have a handle on how everything works, it all comes together kind of beautifully. But until then, you're flailing in the deep end and you just kind of squeak by.
But I guess that's a story and a discussion for another day.
Yeah. In any case, I'm really happy Monolith decided to remake this game just so more people could get the chance to play it. Because trying to source a Wii in 2020, that seems like a fool's errand.
I mean, you could try to source a new 3DS.
Yeah, you could.
Don't do that.
Yeah, like why would you go out of your way to play the worst version of the game possible?
I mean, honestly, that's where I played most of it that I did, and I never really had a problem with it.
Yeah, the 3DS version is actually the version I beat first.
Because I mean, it's not like the Wii version is much of a looker. Let's be real here.
Oh god, yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
ugly as shit.
So like, it
The
really
3DS
doesn't
version is
lose all
perfectly
that much
serviceable.
when in the switch to 3DS.
And to answer your question, Crow, I played the 3DS version because I commuted to school and I had a lot of dead time between classes and on train rides.
And that's basically like the ideal environment, I suppose, to play any 3DS game on, really.
We did it! Amateurish.
But yeah, no, I've got all of you beat in the like the most out of the way, cantankerous old ass man way to experience the game. Like I said at the start, like I played it on the Wii, on a specifically soft modded Wii, because I had bought the PAL version. Because this was back in the days when it honestly looked like we were never gonna get any version of Xenoblade at all, because Nintendo of America basically had zero faith in it.
I thought you were gonna say you played the game on a CRT or something.
Oh god, no.
Because you specifically mentioned the old man thing. I'm sure the Wii version of the game actually looks pretty good on like an actual CRT or a 480p display.
Like, funnily enough, like I actually like bought like a gigantic like 40-inch CRT television set off like Craigslist or somewhere to specifically for the purpose of like playing like old Wii and PS2 games on, just to try and like experience them in their like native environment without like all the smudging and smearing that you get on trying to play them on like actual high definition TVs. And I never wound up getting around to doing it because the thing was so fucking heavy that all I did was just get it from my car trunk to my ground level basement, and then it just sat there because I did not want to drag it all the way up the stairs.
I mean, that's fair.
You know, I don't blame you.
CRTs are fucking heavy.
Like, literally the second I got it out of the car, I was like, oh my god, I've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to, I wouldn't mind trying CRT gaming, but like, holy shit, I don't want to move a CRT.
Also, even if you could move them, they're so fucking big.
Seriously. Like, if you want one that, you don't need to sit up like 2 inches from the screen to see at least.
So you set one up on a platform that has wheels. You just have like stoppers on the wheels.
Pretty good back. Everyone do good. Piece of cake.
Ah, the old rolling carts of elementary school.
Yep.
That is correct.
Today, class, we're gonna watch a documentary film about beavers.
And then in history class, we're gonna watch a documentary about Sword Valley.
Oops, it's time for another surprise quest.
Like, no joke, I'm having like just so many Film Board of Canada like old reels running through my head right now because of all this.
Also, yeah, you really don't have to give a shit about the surprise quest. I'm just moving on.
But Argate, you're not showing all the content.
Follow my lead. Everyone, do your best.
Surprise! I wasn't going to.
But just
There is
think
too-
of the thrilling fight that's waiting for you at the top of this fortress. You're not gonna let the surprise quest down like that, are you?
Draco Morax can live. He hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah, basically, if the audience wants to see the surprise quest at this point, they can buy the goddamn game themselves and play it all the way up to here and do it themselves, so, you know?
I mean, even if you're just following the LP along, I highly recommend playing the game anyway, just because it's really good.
Follow my lead. Everyone, do your best.
Finish in one hit smack pow!
We can definitely do this. Amateurish. Done back. Leave this to me.
Tricky sneaky backslash!
It will take more than that to slow us down.
So when are we gonna like come across like the lounge area or the cafeteria?
The cafeteria is down in Colony 9.
It seems a little inconvenient for the faces who are actually people.
Yeah. I know that feeling where you gotta go to a separate building to go get your cafeteria and it kinda sucks.
But then again, you've also kind of got to remember, like, the faces are just like people heads on robot bodies, so like, I don't really think they need to eat anymore. But,
I mean, yeah, they're not really people anymore. I mean, they're at best you might get something like metal. Oh, hello there, Ricky. But
Yeah, he's been doing that.
At best, maybe you get somebody like Metal Face, who is a bit more inclined to chomp down, but really, they're all just living off ether at this point.
Hey, look! Can we get in through there?
It looks as though it's unguarded. It should make for a decent entry point.
Now's our chance, Dunban.
Yes. But don't lower your guard. The Mechon may just be hiding.
If they were really thinking, they should have just named this place Port Access Port.
I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, speaking of this asshole.
How predictable. I knew you were going to come.
How could you? How could you do this to your own kind?
That ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just having the time of my life here.
How could you do this to your own kind? He says to the man who is literally a robot now.
Oi, Beardy! You're talking pretty tough there. Don't be so sure you can take us all on by yourself.
Come on! I ain't that stupid.
What's that sound?
You had to open your fucking mouth, didn't you, Ryan?
You scumbag!
Well then, Monado boy. Think you can do it? Can you kill them all?
Jokes like challenge accepted.
I wonder who's inside. Who could it be? Your dad? Your mom? Maybe that special someone. Aha! Looks like we have our first contestant. Too bad she won't give me much of a fight.
It's just like with Zanza. Shala, look out!
Too bad she won't give me much of a fight.
Shulk?
Everyone, watch out for the green claws, and the other one's spears. There's something different about them.
You catch on quick, boy. You're right. These weapons are special.
Let me tell you how special, said you can defeat me.
No, wait. Any being from Bionis.
How can that be?
I don't know about all this technical stuff, but it's something to do with that ether.
I mean, his claws were pretty effective about killing fucking anything from Bionis to begin with, so...
Now they're more effective.
Then we use it to make this green liquid.
You monsters!
Pretty clever, don't you think?
Not really.
World suits me just fine, gunman.
Mumka, you're gonna pay!
I'm tired of your yapping, Mr. Hero. I'm gonna squish you like a slug.
Really,
right
you,
here
Mumkar,
where we
you of all
share
people are
such
tired of someone
lovely
running their fucking mouth all the time.
Hot kettle black. Alright, let's fight Mumkar again. I highly recommend taking out the mass-produced faces first. They honestly don't take that much effort to take down, like, without all the restrictions of the original Zord fight. These things are kind of pathetic. I think there's only 2 of them anyway.
You know what I think this game is really missing is at this point to introduce like that Last of Us 2 thing where it's like every time you kill one of these faces, it tells you who's inside. This was a colony 9 Hobbs. He had a wife and a daughter.
Oh god, yeah, it just starts peeling points off the affinity map. But also, oh god, this is it, isn't it? This is the one. This is the fight,
Yes,
right?
yes, this is it. Watch Mumkar's life bar.
Final push!
Yeah.
Good night, motherfucker.
Focus on this moment.
That fight gave me a lot of trouble the first time I played, and it's very cathartic going through this time and getting through it in like a minute.
This is the power of the Monado. You wanted it, so now you can have it, Bunker!
I'm better than all of you. You're the one who's finished.
Die! Stop! Get out of my way, Shulk! It's Mumkar! He's not a Mechon!
Yeah, but he is an asshole, so...
I have a few points of contention on that one, Shulk.
Shulk is so fucking
I hate
stupid.
him, Dumban! For what he did to Fiora and the Emperor! So of course I want to get my revenge!
That's right, motherfucker.
That's why
I'm going to kill him.
But... Face Mechon are not like the others. They're people. Like us. Are you really willing to kill another
I mean,
Hobbs?
this Hobbs, yes.
Yes. Sometimes needs must. Even if it's Fiora. What then?
I don't see how that is equivalent, my dude.
I want
Yeah,
to
it's like
destroy
bridge,
all
cross, come to
Mechon.
it, assemble in your preferred
That was
order.
my aim. But now, I know that there are people inside.
Don't kill Mumkar. What if that means you must kill
What's the reason for all of
non-Mumkar?
this? Why do
But I only wish to kill Mumkar.
Mumkar's his own guy.
It seems
and
like-
he's,
Find out why.
and I don't think we're gonna be able to get any information about why people are inside of a face Mechon from Mumkar.
Plus, like, really, I think the guy you should be asking about all that shit is Egil anyway, so... And you
Like-
kinda have to kill all the faces to get to Egil, so,
Mumkar couldn't even explain how his weapons work. You really think he knows why he's in one of these things?
Dumba.
I will never forgive what he's done. And yet, your words
I
ring true.
love him.
I feel their weight.
That's why I'm just going to dismember him and make sure that he can never do anything again. We just won't kill him.
And that's when Dunman goes over and he chops his head off and he's like, ha ha ha, I guess that's a weight off his shoulders.
So basically, great, now all we have to do is just, like, carry around Mumkar's head with us and it won't fucking shut up for the rest of the game.
You know, learning that the Mechon, or at least these Mechon, or, you know, the faces or whatever, are actually people inside them. It's really comforting to know that the machines are over-engineered to the point where the mouths on the faces move to signal that they're talking.
You know, I hadn't
if only I
considered
used
that,
my
but...
power to tell Mumkar to dodge.
Well, he kinda did. Monkar's just an idiot who doesn't want to listen.
Truly, Shulk is to blame here.
It's not like we didn't warn him.
Take a space nap,
told him to-
asshole.
You went too far, you fool.
We told him to stop.
Is there a reason why the game cut to Melia, by the way? I feel like that's something subtle, like, yes, maybe Mokar has a point.
Now, see what's going to happen is we're going to get when we get to Aegel in the gold Mechon, it's going to secretly be the Emperor the whole time.
Son of a bitch.